Welcome back. Today we are going to discuss polity questions and tricks to solve these questions. Every year UPSC asks minimum 12 questions, that is 24 marks, maximum 19 questions, that is 38 marks. In 2020 it has asked 18 questions, that is 36 marks. UPSC asks 6 types of polity questions. 1. It checks whether you know the meaning or not, meaning or features or not. 2. Second type of questions will check whether you have clarity about the constitution or not. That is, it asks you should check whether it is mentioned in the constitution or not, the given options. Third, it will replace words like constitution with parliament, parliament with president, or constitution with president, like this, parliament with constitution, to check clarity, whether you have the clarity about the functions of the parliament or functions of the president, or whether you know the constitution principles or values or not. Fourth, it will check your logical thinking, on the real events. Fifth, it will check whether you are capable of eliminating irrelevant options in exam tension, whether you have the capability to think to eliminate the option in the tension. And sixth type of questions will check your facts, your memory power. So these 6 types of questions will be framed by the UPSC. First type, meaning or features. To solve these types of questions, you just need to have grip on governance and real life based events. Second, you should have exam intelligence. Now we'll go for questions. Look at the first question. A constitutional government by definition is a. It's asking about the constitutional definition. Here you should know the meaning of the constitution. What is constitution? Constitution, you have read the polity, right? So what is the polity? Polity is also all about provisions for the government. Means what? There are rules and laws for the government. So it's asking constitutional government means what? Government which runs based on these rules and laws. So now we'll see. Constitutional government by definition is a government by legislature, popular government, multi-party government, limited government. See, government based on rules and laws means what? Government cannot breach these rules and laws. So it is restricted. These rules and laws means what? Constitution restricting government's power. So it is limited government is answer. Just by knowing the meaning what constitution is, you can derive answer D. Now come to the second question. Parliamentary system of the government. What is the parliamentary system of the government? In India, every person will take part in elections, in general elections, to go for the parliament. That's why we call them as MP, member of parliament. Even the prime ministerial candidate will fight for the seat in the parliament. Okay, fight for the seat in the parliament. So after getting into parliament, which party gets the majority will form the government. They will elect. Means what? The party which is going to rule the country is part of the parliament and responsible for the parliament, because they have been elected as MPs. Unlike in presidential government, where the president will be directly elected as a president only. In parliamentary form of government, they are elected as a member of parliament. In turn, these members will elect their leader as a prime minister. Okay, so what is the answer here? A parliamentary system of government is one in which all political parties in parliament are represented in the government. Not all the political parties will be represented in the government, right? There are some political parties which will not get even seats. Okay, it's wrong. The government is responsible to the parliament and can be removed by it. So this is the almost answer. We will check other two options also. The government is elected by the people and can be removed by them. No, this is wrong, because people are electing the member of parliament. The government is chosen by parliament but cannot be removed by it because complication of fixed term. This is also wrong. So answer is B. Here you should just imagine to whom we are voting. We are giving vote to whom? To member of parliament, to a person who want to take part in the parliament as a member of parliament. This person will in turn elect member of parliament as his leader, who will rule country as PM. So parliament is superior than this member of parliament and the PM, who is responsible for the parliament. Parliament in the sense Lok Sabha. Though Rajya Sabha is there, but government is responsible to the Lok Sabha. So answer is B. In the context of India, which of the following is characteristic appropriate for bureaucracy? Here you should know the meaning of bureaucracy. What is bureaucracy? Bureaucracy is a body which takes decisions and implements these decisions, or policies, implements policies. So you should know. If you know the meaning, you will get the answer easily. This is daily life. Daily we will be hearing about our district collector, otherwise our MRO, whoever is the bureaucrat or executive will be taking the decisions and will be implementing the decisions. Even the municipal commissioner, anyone. So an agency for widening the scope of parliamentary democracy. This is wrong. An agency for strengthening the Structure of federalism. How come this guy will be strengthen the structure of federalism? Wrong. A agency for facilitating political stability and economic growth. Wrong. Agency for implementation of public policy. True. Correct. D is the answer. Actually, this is contrary to the bureaucracy. Actually weakens the federalism. It doesn't strengthen. So this is wrong. If you want clear reasoning, political stability is based on vote of confidence. And now come to the fourth question. In the context of polity, which one of the following would you accept as the most appropriate definition of liberty? What is liberty? There are two persons. Imagine liberty means freedom to do anything he wants. He feels that he can do anything he wants. He feels that he can do anything he wants. But this guy cannot affect his liberty. This guy cannot affect his liberty. Okay. Thus, there should be limitations on one's liberty so that he cannot impact this guy's liberty. A cannot impact B, B cannot impact A. So these limitations should be there. With whatever liberty is given to this guy, he can develop personally or professionally or academically in any way. But he cannot impact this guy's liberty. Now we'll see the options. Protection against the tyranny of political rulers. No, wrong. Absence of restraints. No, wrong. Because if there is absence of restraint, if this guy is growing well, this guy will go and impact his life. So to stop this, there is always a restraints, limitations on this guy's liberty and this guy's liberty. Opportunity to do whatever one's like. This is also wrong. This guy cannot go and murder him, right? So this is wrong. Whatever, it's completely bullshit word you can say when it comes to the polity or governance. And opportunity to develop oneself fully. Yes, this is true. Oneself, he can do whatever he can develop himself. This is true. So come to the fifth question now. Which of the following regarded as main features of rule of law? What is rule of law? For law, there will be a law which will be same for government, common man, bureaucracy or anyone. So law is same for anyone. No one is above the law. It says the definition of rule of law is this. Now we'll see the options. Limitation of powers. True. Law is supreme here. No one is above the law, right? Law is supreme here. So government is subordinate to law. So limited government's powers are limited here, restricted here. Equality before law. So everybody is equal before law. And people responsibility to the government. People's responsibility to the government don't have any link with rule of law. So if you eliminate 3, answer is left with 2 and 4. So answer is C, because 1 is right, 2 is right, liberty and civil rights is right. So answer is C. Which one of the following reflects the nicest appropriate relationship between law and liberty? What is law? What is liberty? You should know. Just now I explained about liberty. Now what is law? Law is a regulations or norms which regulate individuals or community so that individuals and community can develop without harming other individuals and other community. This is law. So in law definition itself, the law regulates that individual or community can develop but cannot infringe upon another person or another community development. That's why law is there. So within the law there is liberty. So if there are more laws, there is less liberty. This is wrong. If there are no laws, there is no liberty. If this is law, right, this is liberty. If there is no law, there is no liberty. Yes, true. If there is liberty, laws have to be made by the people. It's not necessary. If laws are changed too often, liberty is in danger. It's wrong, because laws should be changed according to the dynamic nature of human or society. So answer is B. One of the implications of equality in society is the absence of what is equality? Everybody is equal before the law and equal protection of law. What does it mean? There is nobody beyond the law. Means no privileges. Nobody is giving preference. Nobody is given preference. If someone is given preference, then it violates equality. So we'll see the options now. Privileges restrain competition ideology. Answer is privileges. Now come to the 8th question. Democracy's superior virtue lies in the fact that it calls into activity. Democracy. What is democracy? Democracy is by the people, for the people, to the people. Means what? People. People can be man, woman, transgender, anybody. Okay. Anything is formed by the people. That can be government, that can be public office. That is known as, if it is public office, it is democratic organization, democratic government, we'll call it as. So now we'll see this is the definition of democracy. Now you no need to know all these things. Now we'll see directly what are the options. The intelligence and character of ordinary men and women. Yes, here people are there. Methods for strengthening executive leadership. A superior individual with dynamism and vision. Individual. A band of dedicated party workers. This is democracy superior virtue. A is right. Why not C? This is dictatorship. This is authoritarian government. This is China government. This is Saudi Arabia or Gulf countries governments. This is India, USA government. So answer is A. Judicial review. Judicial review. If you are serious UPSC aspirant and reading daily newspaper, in a month 3 or 4 times you will come across this word judicial review. By looking it, we can clearly say this is a function of judiciary because there is a judicial word here. So judiciary is doing review on something. What is that review? You should know. This is the meaning. What is that review? Why judiciary will do review? What is the functions of judiciary? If you know the functions of judiciary, you will immediately know what is a judicial review. This is the easiest question. What is a function of judiciary? Whatever the legislature makes laws, when draft bill becomes law, when it gets president's assent, when president gives his assent, it becomes law. After that, after becoming law, courts have the power to check whether it follows the constitutional principles or not. If it goes against constitutional principles, then courts will invalid this law, whatever the parliament made. This is the power. This is one of the important function of judiciary. You have to remember. Now we will see the options. A power of the judiciary to pronounce upon the constitutionality of laws and executive orders. Constitutionality, to check whether it follows the constitutional principles and values or not. So answer A is correct. No need to even check B, C, D. If you want to know what B, C, D, then we can go. The power of the judiciary to question the wisdom of laws enacted by the legislature. It doesn't question. It will check whether it follows the constitutional principles or not. The power of judiciary to review all legislative enactments before they are assented to by the president. No, this is wrong, because law will become only after president giving his assent. So the power of the judiciary to review its own judgment given early in similar or different cases. No, this is also wrong. So answer is A. Consider the following statements. A constitutional government is which? Just now I have explained you what is constitutional government in the first question. It is limited government. Why? Because government have to follow rules and regulations and principles, values of the constitution. Okay, so what is the answer here? Places effective restrictions on individual liberty in the interest of state authority. No, this is wrong. Places effective restrictions on authority of the state in the interest of individual liberty. This is true. Answer is B. All about 10 questions are UPSC already asked in the prelims. All are based on meaning or features. If you have conceptual clarity on few words, that is constitution, democracy, judicial review, etc., you can solve these type of questions which UPSC asks every year, at least 3 or 4 questions, that is 6 to 8 marks. You can score very easily. For today, that's it. Thank you.